Thanks for joining me, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about mental fitness with 4D Fit. My name is Scott Mikesh. Since we will be talking about mental fitness to support mental health and brain health, if you are in need of therapeutic services or crisis intervention, these are the numbers to call in the US. That would include anything from signs of suicidal ideation or neurological, behavioral, or chemical disorder or other serious mental health condition. You should seek immediate medical attention, or if somebody you know is struggling as well. So always important to have and to take your health and mental health seriously. If you happen to have an employee assistance program, that I also encourage you to reach out to those benefits and services that you have available, as well as consulting your primary care physician or your mental health care provider if you have one. So once again, welcome. My name is Scott Mikesh. That's me on the left, sitting on that pumpkin with my sister. I also want you to know that by attending today, you are making a real difference for yourself and others, actually. And you can consider yourself a trailblazer in your own right, because mental fitness is such a new and evolving movement to promote fitness, health, and well-being head first by prioritizing brain health. So I hope you feel today more empowered, inspired, hopeful, and motivated to take better care of yourself and those around you. What got me started in this direction was really the collection of all of my experiences throughout my career in psychology, health and wellness, media marketing, mentoring and leadership, diversity, equity, inclusion, education, and development. This pretty much applies to practically everything in your life you can think of. But in all of my experience in these different areas, they were all aimed at influencing behaviors. And we spend hundreds of billions of dollars a year in the US alone in an attempt to influence behaviors, whether they be consumers, voters, students, patients, neighbors, employees, leaders. I mean, you name it, it pretty much covers everyone, that there is some effort to influence behavior, sometimes with the intent of health and empowerment, but other times with the intent of manipulation and control, with one major oversight in all of these areas: the function and impact on the brain. It seems like a no-brainer to say that behavior is a function of the brain that is the result of mental, emotional, neurological, and physiological processes. Kind of use my highlighter. This arrow being the repetition and reinforcement of those behaviors that influence us to repeat them over and over and create habits and form new behaviors. Yet in all of my experience, the missing piece that was never discussed or really addressed was brain health or brain function, either as a focus or a priority, and rarely, if ever, discussed. Even in psychology with mental health providers, rarely do I hear the brain function discussed. Notably, also in marketing and advertising and in diversity, equity, inclusion, rarely, if ever, is the brain health, brain function discussed, when the brain is exactly what drives behavior and it's exactly what we are trying to influence in ourselves and others. I liken it to, taking aim blindfolded in the dark and hoping you hit the target and then missing and inadvertently doing more harm in the process. The other analogy that I use is it's like a car wanting it to perform better, but never looking at the engine, like never opening the hood, never understanding what's inside. So that's really the focus of mental fitness, is to really address more the achievement aspect of behavior. So I came up with a phrase that just kind of rolls off the tongue. It's a little easier to remember, is perceive, believe, achieve. The rationale and understanding of that is to achieve something, you have to first perceive that it's even possible. That allows you to believe that you can, that then leads to achievement. So it's really that perception that can come in the form of mentoring, in the form of role models, in the form of representation, in the form of anything that is influencing your perception about what you are able to accomplish, ultimately is what influences whether or not you attempt or achieve a certain goal. And that's the sense of reward and achievement too. So this, again, the repetition and reinforcement of achievement is that reward that you receive. If you really feel pleasure and you find a lot of reward in your success, you're going to want to attempt that behavior and achieve again and again. If you are stressed and you don't feel pleasure, you don't feel rewarded for that achievement, you're less likely to want to repeat that behavior. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the 40 Fit video you just watched, and look for more. In the meantime, exercise your mind.